Hi everyone, I'm Sudhakar Subramanian. I'm from India. I'm doing Masters in Information System program in Stratford University at Falchurch campus. Today I'm going to explain about my project Future Headcat. So what is project? So the project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to a unique product, service or result. It has defined beginning and end in time and therefore defined scope and resources. So a project can be also defined as a set of input and output required to achieve particular goal. So project can range from simple to complex and can be managed by one person or group of people. So project management process fall into five groups. The first phase initiating, and second one planning, then execution, monitoring and controlling, and finally project closure. So the project life cycle. So let's have look the project life cycle. So initiating, the phase one in the initiating is defining the project phase. The first you have to define the project, what you trying to do in this project. So and then project scope and business objective, and then business case, you have to write business case, and then project charter, so on. So and next phase, the phase 2, you have to you have to, this is like phase 2 is the planning. Before you start the project, you have to plan your project, how you going to do this project. So you have to break down the work, how you gonna do. Okay, so this is a phase 2. And then executing and controlling. So build, so you have to build the deliverable, what are you going to deliverable. Okay, so projects dashboard and status report, and then project risk and issue logs. Like we have to see, we have to write down, so what are the issue we're going to face. Like issue log, we have to monitor, we have to the monitor we have to write down. And then the final phase, like user acceptance, the documentation and all. You have to prepare, and the project closure report. The end of the project, you have to prepare the project close. So project justification. So we should understand before we start the project, what is the present technology, what we facing the issue. Okay, the smartwatch what we using now, there is some issues. Like there is no camera, there is no SD card, no SIM card. There is some other issue, like in the present smartwatch always depending on the smartphone. So to avoid the dependency, we trying to do this project. Okay, so actually the moreover, this project is like is going to replace the smartphone. The reason I'm trying to replace the smartphone, the people, like today the busy world, people carrying smartphone, like even if they watch movies or song or whatever, like 3 hour 4 hours, the charges goes, run out. So after that they're going to find out, like they have to find out where is the charger, charging points, charger they have to carry all the way. There is big headache, to overcoming this issue. So we building this project, this future core watch is going to be helpful. It's going to replace the smartphone. So features in this, that smartwatch, it has following feature: the hologram projection, solar system, camera, micro radio technology, health monitoring system, all mobile application. You can access all mobile application. It's no need to depend on the smartphone. So it has a sticker, Wi-Fi access. You can use mobile data as well. So product deliverables. So this device will be standalone device, so no need depend on any device like smartphone especially. So this device existing current smartwatch, okay, as well as all mobile application, you can access all the mobile application. So this device will have sim card feature as well as camera feature. The solar system will be available, but it has some condition. User cannot continuously use or like use watching movies or playing games or like access, using internet not more than 4 hours. Product deliverable, it has a stick card, but it has limited memory 10 GB itself. User cannot add additional storage. It has Wi-Fi access. This device has 1 GB RAM speed. It has hologram widescreen to watch movies, playing games, listening music, like calling. You can face like kind of like video call and all excel so on. So it has camera feature, so 5 megapixel only, but the user can only able to take only selfie. It has only front camera, not back end. So for this project, we have we budget estimate, you can see here in the slide. So I for the IVR software we are using like approximately like $100,000. Project management we are using $150,000, and then the software team, for the 4 month we're using $150,000. So overall overall the project was estimate cost is going to be like $400,000. We all know the present days the most of the organization jump into the agile methodology, but before that like 5 year 10 year back, most of the organization they're using waterfall methodology. So we should understand what is waterfall methodology and what is agile methodology, what is the advantage and disadvantage, why the organization going for like agile methodology. Okay, so waterfall methodology, which is known as linear sequential life cycle model. So waterfall model followed in sequential order. So and so the project development team can only move to the next phase of the development or testing if the previous step completely successful. So but agile methodology is the practice that help continuous iteration of development and testing in the software development process. In this model, development and testing activities are concurrent, unlike the waterfall model. So this process allows more communication between the customer, developer, and manager, and tester, so on. So what is the advantage of waterfall? You should understand what is the advantage. Okay, so it is one of the easiest model to manage. So because it is a nature, each phase has specific deliverable and review process. It works well for smaller size project where requirements are easily understandable. And then the faster, the project can be like deliver very faster. The process and deliver are well documented, the documentation are well really well documented. So easily adaptable method for shifting teams. So in another hand, agile methodology. What is agile? What is the advantage of agile methodology? That it is it focus on client process. So it makes sure the client is continuously involved during every stage. Agile team are extremely motivated and self-organized. So it likely to provide a better result from the development project. Agile software development method assure that the quality of the development is maintained. The process is completely based on the incremental process. Therefore, the client and team know exactly what is complete and what is not. So this reduces risk in the development process. So the waterfall model actually is not good for larger size project, but at same time, agile methodology is not useful method for small development project. So waterfall method is requirement not, if the requirement is not clear at the beginning, it is less effective. Like if you know very well, what is exactly clear requirement, then you better go for waterfall model. But in agile it requires an expert to take important decisions in the meeting. Cost of implementing an agile method is little more compared to other development methodology. The project can easily go off track if the project manager is not clear what outcome he want. Okay, so let's say like let's have look stakeholder register. In this project I listed some of the stakeholder in this register. So Simon Laurie is the senior technical project manager. He's the internal stakeholder. Is that actually his role is a delivery manager. Okay, his contact info like this you can see in the table. And then Susan is a project team. The position is a project team in the role is the internal stakeholder, software developer role he doing. And then the Claire John, the director of the entire IT team, he is also part of internal stakeholder project. He's the project manager. Okay, so and then the William, he's the HR. Okay, so he also is the internal stakeholder. I mean lead the phase one project. The phase one project is the one lead for that. So and then John David, he's the client. He's also internal project. I mean he's also internal stakeholder. Actually he's the one sponsor for this project. Okay, then Asif is a team lead who working for this project. Okay, he also like scrum master. He also playing in the like scrum master role in this project. So have and then you can see we have to prepare stakeholder analysis. The stakeholder analysis actually like a Laurie. Okay, his contact info you can see in this. He's like a like risk, high. Okay, mean the high means like how much he involved in this project. So his role is a very important role he playing in this project. He is a high, that's why I put in the high. And then delivering the product, I mean his role, I mean he's the one delivering the product to the end client. Okay, he's responsible for the responsible for the gathering and developing requirement to the end client. So and then you can have look like Claire John is is not low or high. He's a medium involvement in this project. He is like controlling and managing IT team. So he is responsible for allocating the team and managing the entire IT team as well. So he by stopping enough source the project can be like affect. Spring meeting every spring meeting actually it happened like every 2 week. Okay, then you have and then the William actually is a medium involvement in this project, leading the phase one project, responsible for the hiring manpower for the project. By delaying, he can, if he delaying the hiring and the high skilled worker, the project can be delayed. Even like is going to be late. So every monthly meeting he going to be report. So Asif is a technical team lead. Okay, so he's the high involvement in this project. Okay, he's responsible to the team, responsible to lead the team, organize. So organize the every spring meeting and reporting the project manager about the task which is done by daily basis. So by not providing proper communication with the project manager is the project can be delayed. And then we should in the prepare Microsoft project. How we gonna do this entire project. We have to. So you can see this project we using like a Microsoft project. Is actually only one task. The future core watch, this is a project name. And then you can see the hardware, software. And you can um, software testing and non, the software, testing procedure and all. It's all subtask, so in this project I made it this one auto schedule. When you, if you add any more additional like a task and all, it automatically calculate how many days is going to be complete. That all is we can do in this by using this project. You can, you can guess how many days is going to be take time. Automatically count the date. Also we should understand requirement management. So have look this slide. I'm going to explain, I briefly explain like overview of requirement management. Okay, so project manager, so he or she is responsible for the overall implementation of the plan. Okay, so engineering team, so they are responsible for designing the requirement. And then the quality control, teams are responsible for perform verification procedure to ensure that requirement are traceable. So requirement management plan, it actually has three phase, planning, tracking and reporting the requirement. You have to see. So planning, actually we using the, like some of the tool like Zero, SharePoint, Excel. You can use by using this stuff. By using this tool you can plan and track and report the project. So what is the goal actually align on goal, timeline and budget. Set the goal using smart method. Smart method goal actually, specific. Smart actually it has like some brief, abbreviation like SMART. The S for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic and timely. This, so define the project scope, timeline, cost and deliverable and schedule. Define the project scope and then timeline, cost, deliverable and schedule. And then tracking. So tracking actually communicate is in the team can communicate what you do, monitor and track the process. Demonstrate the impact, documents lesson. And then the reporting requirement. So reporting requirement, actually during the project predict the report. And then deliverable in identify the annex, end of the project, final project, after receiving final EC payment. And then report on the distribution of EC financial contribution between beneficiaries. So the tracking requirement actually technical design, code components, test case release, like indicates business requirement, solution requirement. This all the requirements like tracing. And then using product metrics, it has like customer oriented metrics, engagement and future metrics. And then prioritizing requirement, ranking, document analysis, context diagram, prototypes, surveys, past project templates. So every project we have to maintain risk register. Okay, what are the risks we found during this project? Okay, so I listed 5 of the risk in this project. So you can see in the table, the first risk, you can see the lack of acceptance by the investor of design process. Okay, because of that in the project got delayed to approval. So who's the responsible for that? Because of the investor, the sponsor is got delayed. Okay, then levels risk number 2, delay and difficulty in obtaining opinion and permit. Delaying of the design work, unknown scope of the design. So it distribute designing process. Actually, who's the responsible for that? Who's the responsible for this issue? Designer office. Okay, the risk number 3, to optimize assessment of employee workload. Okay, so actually this is the issue of this issue, the issue number 3. So because of that the approval or unrealistic deadline of individual work. Okay, because of that the work got delay of designing work. Okay, who's responsible for that? The designer office. Okay, so the target date, I mean the issue was closed, I mean we solved, so that's why I put the status is closed. Okay, and then risk number 4, incorrect information from investor, or and lack of clear guidance. Okay, so the what is the, I mean what if you want to say in the what is the exact issue in this project, in this issue, designing may be issued with duplicate error, or detected error can be generate using generate. Okay, the verification of the error will be increased cost and increased time due to the development to the next revision design. Okay, so who's the responsible for that? The investor, because of investor it got messed up. Okay, so the issue also solved. And finally risk number 5, you can see, and underestimating of design budget. So in this budget, actually the issue was budget maybe not be sufficient to carry out design task. Okay, so deterioration of the design quality. So the issue is going to be it can be failure, it's not going to be, but it can be it might can be design quality, I mean deterioration of the quality. Okay, and who's the responsible for this? Investor. So the issue is still going on, so that's why I put, and the status is ongoing. Okay, and finally we should have in this slide we're gonna see quality management plan. Every project we have to maintain log, quality management plan. Okay, so quality management plan, what is there, you have to quality standard. Okay, so what is quality standard? That develop effective plan and process. Okay, including quality assurance of the product, quality control procedure to achieve objectives. So consider the risk hazard factor on complexity of the project and adapt process to provide requisite level of quality. Okay, for the project management plan we should understand what we should do. Okay, so do the work according to the approved PMP transfer for project management professional. Okay, so do the work according to the approved project management professional and the standard operating procedure. Okay, and then the procedure execution is the dynamic process. The PDT must communicate meet on the regular basis and adapt to changing condition. The quality management plan P and PMP may require modification to ensure that project objective are met. And then finally the document and listen to learn. Okay, PROC 3020 as required. And then check. Okay, you have to check the perform independent technical review, management oversight and verification to ensure that quality objective are met consistent with the district quality management plan. Okay, check performance against the PMP and the customer quality objective. For okay, the performance measure their goal to verify that performance will accomplish quality objective and verify sufficiency of the plan. Okay, and then the share the finding with all the project stakeholder to facilitate continuous improvement. So moreover the project must meet their quality standards. Okay, so end of the time in the project what you trying to do, in the beginning of the project what you plan, so is end of the project is supposed to meet that the requirement. Okay, so we should, so you the standard, the quality standard, the conformable cost Geneva seal, Metas, it has some standard quality. I mean the some of the brand they gives like ag- I mean they give you approval for this, to come to the market. If you want to, if you want your product to come, your product going to be like in the market, before that you should get the approval from the certain, quality standard, certain company, they provide this certification. COSC, you can see the COC is one of the quality standard, Geneva seal, meters, there are like multiple seal was there in the. Moreover, the software metrics contain many activities which include the following. You can see the software metrics. It has like cost and effort estimation and the productivity measure in the model. Okay, and the data collection, and then quality model, and the measure and the reliability models. Okay, so and then the performance, the product perform, how is the performance, okay, the evaluation model, and then structural and complexity metrics, and and then the product must meet in the capability of, measure maturity assessment and managed by metrics, and then finally the evaluation of the method and the tool. So I hope you understand this project, so what, how we start, we should understand how we should, I mean, before we start the project, we should entire project, we should plan how we gonna do, and what we, every stage, okay, how we, I mean, the team and all, like, like team, like how the, how you getting the resource from the outside, from the team and from outside people, okay, and then how you every play every stage, how you maintaining your quality of for this project, how you maintaining, so what are the risks you face, so you already, so these all the thing you should always monitor in this project, you have to, like, MS project, you should maintain the MS project as well, like for that it help you for the entire project, how many days is going to take time and all. So I hope this entire project, I give you some idea how we, I mean, like, give you idea how I did. So it made, I hope it's going to helpful for you guys. Okay, thank you for your time, have a good one. Thanks for all.